Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. How have you been? So it's been a year since my last update from YouTube channel, and I'm trying to do videos again. So but then I'm not updated anymore on how to edit videos. So probably you should bear with me, and you can write down any information that I'll be sharing with you. So just to start with, what happened to me in that 1 year is like there's a lot of things that happened to me. So I finished my internship year, I finished my oral and written exam, and then after a few months I got married to my now husband Jordan. Yeah, and I'm happily working as a pharmacist and as a wife at the moment. Yeah, okay, so for today I'll be sharing with you guys the processes that I did to become a pharmacist here in Australia, especially if you are a pharmacist from overseas. Alright, so to start with, just a disclaimer everyone, I'm not an agent, neither I am a representative of an agency. So I'm just gonna purely explain or share with you guys the personal experiences that I had before when I did my CAPS exam and all the processes of becoming a pharmacist here in Australia. Okay, so if you're gonna go back to Australian Pharmacy Council, sabi dito, there are two pathways. So the first pathway is CAOP. So CAOP, if you are from a country such as Australia, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, UK, and USA. But if you're not from that country, you'll be doing the CAPS exam. So CAPS stands for Knowledge Assessment of Pharmaceutical Sciences. All right. What you have to do first is you have to do an eligibility check. So first is eligibility check. So what will you do in an eligibility check is you have to prepare all the necessary documents. Okay, by the way guys, for the eligibility, so it's like a way of the APC in confirming that you really are a graduate of Bachelor's of Science in Pharmacy, and to confirm that you really are a pharmacist in your country. Now, what are the possible documents that they will be asking from you? So first is the scanned photo of your TOR or transcript of records. Number two would be the registration, certificate of registration as a pharmacist. So in my case, I'm from the Philippines, so I've requested for the PRC, from the PRC to send a record of my certificate of registration directly to the AFRA. And then number three would be a scanned photo of my passport. Now, when you are doing a scan, it should be under 600 dpi, and it should not cut the edges of the documents. No? So it should be edge to edge and not cutting a part of the document. Yeah, so for the eligibility, it will take about 12 weeks as what it says in the website now. Because I checked the APC website, it says 12 weeks. But when I did mine before, it just took me like a month before I receive an email, a confirmation email from the APC. So it depends, And then before, what I paid for is 1,210 Australian dollars. But when I checked the website now, it was already increased up to 1,310. All right. Okay, so eligibility check, you have to send all your credentials to the APC. Just have to pay for the payment, which is 1,310 Australian dollar, and you have to wait for them to send you a confirmation that you are eligible to sit on the CAPS exam. Yeah, so it's like a waiting period. And then, okay, so after waiting, they will send you a confirmation letter, and they will say that, okay, you are ready to go. So next would be for the CAPS exam. Now, how are you gonna prepare for the CAPS exam? So personally, what I did before is after I uploaded the eligibility check documents, I already downloaded all the necessary review materials, and I got mine from one of the Facebook page that Ma'am Rona did. So you can see in the Facebook, Pinoy Pharmacist in Australia. If you can go in files, there will be some documents that are uploaded in there, and I've just read everything. So I used that time in reviewing the things that I need to review. And then during that time, I'm also working as an 8 to 5 p.m. pharmacist. So I've got 7 p.m. to 11 or up to 12 as reviewing on my own. Yeah, so I did that in the next few months, like I think it's 6 to 8 months I reviewed on my own. And yeah, it's time for you to sit the CAPS exam. So just so you know, if you go to the Australian Pharmacy Council website, if you would see in there, so ang CAPS exam, it comprises of two papers. So paper 1 and paper 2. Now paper 1 is inclusive of pharmaceutical chemistry and pharmacology and physiology. Now, for part 2, it comprises of pharmaceutics and therapeutics. Now, in order for you to pass your CAPS exam, you have to mark of at least 50% of all the subjection of the exam. So just because you got, say for example, paper 1 is 1 to 100. So just because you got 50 from 1 to 100 doesn't mean that you're gonna pass the exam. So you should have at least 50% of all the subjections of the exam. Okay, so CAPS exam, I did mine before in Makati City in person view. So it's just 2 hours per paper. So for paper 1, you will be given 2 hours, and then for paper 2, you'll be given another 2 hours. Okay, so what to bring on the day of the exam? So one would be, of course, they have to confirm your identity. So you'll be bringing your passport and additional ID. You can bring your own PRC ID, probably. You can also bring your own snacks. If lamigin ka, you can also bring your jacket and your own calculator. Okay, so for the CAPS exam, you'll be waiting for around personal experience. I waited before in about 4 weeks, so that's just like a month or so. Pero at the moment, yung mga recent examinees, hindi ko na alam kung ilang araw or ilang months sila naghintay. Okay, so yeah, but personal experience, I did mine. I waited for it for about a month or so. Yeah, so after passing your CAPS exam, what you need to do is the PTE exam. So you have to finish your PTE exam, and for the PTE exam, for you to be able to get registered, you have to pass 65 for all subjects. I mean, I said PTE exam because I did my PTE exam to have my English eligibility check or English requirement. But if you can see in the AFRA website, I think there are some other exams that's available like IELTS, TOEFL, OET. But what I did is a PTE exam. And for my PTE exam, during that time, I paid for about 12,500. Is it or 10,500 to 12,500? I'm not pretty sure. Yeah. So I did my PTE exam, and then just after 2 hours or a day, you will already receive your results. So you've done all the exams, you've done the CAPS exam, you've done all the payments, but wait, there's more. Okay, so for the provisional registration, they will ask you to send them all the necessary documents to get registered. So when we say provisional registration, it's like you are working as an intern pharmacist under the supervision of a generally registered pharmacist. Ito na yung undergoing internship ka na. Alright, so for provisional registration, I always get a chat or questions about this or inquiry. What are the documents that I will need for me to get registered as a provisionally registered pharmacist? Okay, so by the way, after finishing your CAPS exam, say for example, meron ng result, no? The APC will inform you by email, but what you need to do is you have to go back to your portal, because that is where you are going to download your skills assessment letter from APC. And yung CAPS exam, I think it's only valid for 3 years. So within that 3 years, you have to get registered na. Okay? Alright, so let's go back. Provisionally registered pharmacist or provisional registration. What are the documents that you will need? First, is yung skills assessment letter that you have downloaded from the APC portal. Okay, that will serve as a letter to confirm that you have passed your CAPS exam. Number 2 would be certificate of registration as a pharmacist from PRC, TOR or transcript of record, certificate of completion of your bachelor's degree, PTE, APRO 60 form that you can download from the AFRA website. And then you will need to do your international criminal check from Fit to Work. So I did mine from Fit to Work, and I think I've paid for about, kalimutan ko na, I think it's 6,000 pesos. And then for the AFRO 60 form, for you to get registered as a provisionally registered pharmacist, you'll be paying for around 147 AUD. Again, this is a disclaimer. This is just my personal experience before. I'm not sure if there are changes in the prices, okay? So for provisional registration, you're gonna upload all the necessary documents, including your APRO 60. And then you have to wait for 4 to 8 weeks. So I waited for about 4 to 8 weeks. Okay, so congratulations, you've just done your provisional registration. So what you need to do after doing that is you just have to wait. And next would be to find for an employer who is willing to sponsor you a visa. Now, personally, what I did before is I applied through seek.com, LinkedIn, and I searched on my on a specific pharmacy, say for example Priceline or Chemist Warehouse or Capital Chemist. So I've searched for their email, so I've sent email to each branches. So, yeah, because when I applied for the sick.com before, I think it's taking too much time for me to receive a reply from them. So it depends then siguro when it comes to the urgency of the position that they are looking for yung hiring nila. Okay, so I applied to 50 pharmacies before. So I emailed them one by one. And from that 50 pharmacy, only 5 of them replied to me and requested to do an interview. So I did an interview with 5 of them. They're very, very nice and very accommodating. They would like tell you the possible expectations from you and expectations as an intern pharmacist. So what you will be doing as an intern pharmacist. So yeah, they will offer you a visa. So what was offered to me personally before were 407 or training visa, 482, 494, I think. So these 3 visas were offered to me. Again, I am not a migration agent, so I'm not pretty sure about the possible requirements. And even after the interview, I was asking them my possible questions, cost of living, something like that, what would be the possible suburb to where I will find my place. So they will reply to you very immediately. So yeah, mabilis sila mag-reply even by email or even by WhatsApp. Yeah, so after that, what my employer did to me is she connected me to migration agent, and then yeah, I did my my visa application with the help of that agent, who is not based here, who is based somewhere in Melbourne. So yeah, they have given me an agent to for me to do my visa application. So which is very good because I'm not familiar with my visa applications as well. So I just uploaded all the necessary documents in the portal, and they were the one who helped me with everything that I needed. Yeah, so yeah, after you were granted an Australian valid visa, what you need to do is you pack all your things, even reviewers, and you say goodbye to your family in the Philippines. Okay, so I came from Manila, and then I went to touch down to Sydney, and then rode a bus to come here to Canberra. Yeah, so it's such a long journey, no? Napakadaming process to become a provisional registered pharmacist or intern pharmacist. What I did before, as I went here to Canberra, I went straight away to my pharmacy to where I'll be doing my internship, and then they just certified all my documents. They certified my plane ticket, something like that, and they sent it back to AFRA, and then the AFRA called them. So I just waited for AFRA to confirm when I will be starting my internship. So by the way, you aside from the internship program that the sole pharmacy is gonna provide you, you as an intern pharmacist should also enroll yourself in an internship training program that was accredited by the AFRA. So I did mine personally in PSA. So other options would be Pharmacy Guild, but I did mine personally in PSA. So how much would be the pay? It would be 1,950 AUD as a one-off payment. Or what I did mine before is I did 6 months installment of $325 or Australian dollars every month. Kasi hindi ako mayaman. Okay, so yeah, internship. For the next few months of your internship, you'll be learning how you'll be boosting your confidence in counseling patients. Dispensing speed, dispensary procedures. You'll be acting as a pharmacist intern, though there's an intern. So you'll be reviewing for your intern and oral examinations. So after you finish the 75% of your internship hours, you'll be doing the intern written exam and the intern oral exam. I'm not sure how many hours na ngayon, but then before, during pandemic, what I did is 1,575 hours. So 75% of that hours, you have to finish it first for you to sit the intern oral and intern written examination. Okay, so tapos ka na. Yay, congratulations. Yeah, by the way, for the intern and oral exam, I will do a separate video on that. But yes, after you did your intern written and intern oral exam, you'll be paying for like a certain amount fee, which I'll be doing a separate video on this one. So yeah, anyways, after intern written and intern oral exam, you'll be doing your general registration as a pharmacist, and you're now a pharmacist in Australia. Congratulations. Yeah, so it will be a long process. Grabe, sobrang daming process. It takes a lot of patience and syempre prayers to God then for you to be able to finish everything with a good heart. So yeah, those are the processes that I did, and yeah, I hope that this video helped everyone who's also aspiring to become a pharmacist here in Australia, and I'll meet you again in my next video.